Hello friends. Welcome to another video. It is 1939 and a great war has started. A great war that involved the whole world. And the initiator of this war is none other than Adolf Hitler. In this video, we are going to introduce you to this great dictator. Before starting, please subscribe channel and like the video. Adolf Hitler was a highly controversial figure in history, known for his leadership of the Nazi Party and his role as the dictator of Germany. His rise to power, policies, and actions had a profound impact on the world, leading to widespread devastation and loss of life during World War II. Born in Braunau am Inn, Austria, in 1889, Hitler grew up in Linz and later moved to Vienna. He initially aspired to become a painter, but faced numerous rejections from art schools. In his early adulthood, Hitler became increasingly interested in politics and developed a strong nationalist and anti-Semitic ideology. In 1919, he joined the German Workers' Party, which would later become the National Socialist German Workers' Party or the Nazi Party. Hitler quickly rose through the ranks and became the party's leader in 1921. He utilized propaganda and charismatic speeches to gain support and attract followers. Hitler's ideas were centered around the concept of racial superiority, particularly the Aryan race. He believed in the superiority of the German people and sought to create a racially pure society. This ideology led to the persecution and discrimination of various groups, most notably the Jewish population. The Nazis implemented anti-Semitic policies, which escalated into the systematic extermination of millions of Jews during the Holocaust. In 1933, Hitler was appointed as the Chancellor of Germany. He wasted no time consolidating power and dismantling democratic institutions. Using propaganda, intimidation, and manipulation, he transformed Germany into a totalitarian state. Hitler established the Gestapo, the secret police force, to suppress opposition and dissent. One of Hitler's most significant foreign policy objectives was the expansion of German territory, which he believed was essential for the survival and dominance of the Aryan race. He pursued an aggressive foreign policy, reoccupying the Rhineland, annexing Austria, and demanding the acquisition of Czechoslovakia's Sudetenland. These actions ultimately led to the outbreak of World War II in 1939. During the war, Hitler's military strategies initially brought him success. Germany swiftly conquered much of Europe, including France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. However, as the war progressed, Hitler's leadership and decision-making came under scrutiny. It is estimated that Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime were responsible for the deaths of millions of people during World War II, particularly through the implementation of the Holocaust. The exact number of individuals killed is difficult to ascertain due to the chaotic nature of the war and the deliberate destruction of records by the Nazis. However, it is widely accepted that approximately 6 million Jews were systematically murdered in the Holocaust. After the German invasion of France in 1940, Adolf Hitler became the de facto ruler of the occupied territories. One of Hitler's immediate actions was to establish the Vichy regime in France. The Vichy government, led by Marshal Philippe Pétain, was a collaborationist government that cooperated with the Nazis. While Hitler allowed the Vichy regime some autonomy, it ultimately served as a puppet government under German control. Hitler aimed to exploit France's resources and industrial capabilities for the benefit of Germany. Adolf Hitler's decision to attack the Soviet Union was a major turning point in World War II. The invasion, codenamed Operation Barbarossa, began on June 22, 1941, and marked a significant escalation of the war on the Eastern Front. Hitler's decision to attack the Soviet Union was driven by several factors. Firstly, he believed in the superiority of the Aryan race and saw the Slavic people of the Soviet Union as racially inferior. He also sought to gain control over the vast resources and territories of the Soviet Union, including oil fields, agriculture, and industry. And he mercilessly destroyed the world. The invasion of the Soviet Union was initially successful for the German forces, as they quickly advanced deep into Soviet territory. However, the harsh Russian winter, the vastness of the Soviet Union, and the resilience of the Soviet people and military eventually turned the tide of the war. As the tide of the war turned against Germany, Hitler's mental and physical health deteriorated. He became increasingly isolated and made irrational decisions. Interesting to know, Adolf Hitler was the target of multiple assassination attempts during his time in power. These attempts were made by various individuals and groups who opposed his regime and sought to remove him from power. One of the most well-known attempts was the July 20, 1944, assassination plot led by Klaus von Stauffenberg and other high-ranking German officers. Stauffenberg placed a briefcase bomb in a meeting room where Hitler was scheduled to be present. However, the bomb was moved by an adjutant, resulting in only minor injuries to Hitler. The plot was quickly suppressed, and many of those involved were executed, including Stauffenberg. In 1945, Adolf Hitler was facing the final stages of World War II and the imminent defeat of Nazi Germany. By early 1945, the Allied forces had made significant progress in pushing back German forces on both the Eastern and Western fronts. The Soviet Union was advancing from the east, while the Allies were closing in from the west. As the Allies advanced, Hitler became increasingly isolated in his underground bunker in Berlin. He rarely left the bunker, and his mental state deteriorated further. In April 1945, Hitler's longtime companion Eva Braun joined him in the bunker, and they were married shortly before their deaths. On April 30, 1945, Hitler and Eva Braun died by suicide in the bunker. Hitler shot himself, while Eva Braun consumed poison. Their bodies were partially burned and then fully cremated outside the bunker. Following Hitler's death, his successor, Admiral Karl Dönitz, briefly assumed leadership of the crumbling Nazi regime. On May 7, 1945, Germany officially surrendered to the Allies, marking the end of the war in Europe. The legacy of Adolf Hitler is one of infamy and tragedy. His actions resulted in the deaths of millions of people and left a lasting impact on the world. The Holocaust stands as one of the darkest chapters in human history, reminding us of the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and unchecked power. It is crucial to study and understand Hitler's life and ideology to prevent the repetition of such atrocities. By examining the rise and fall of Hitler and the Nazi regime, we can learn valuable lessons about the importance of democracy, tolerance, and respect for human rights. Thanks for watching video. For more support, please subscribe channel and share videos with your friends.